For a mentor, contact the Rhoda generation. Jasmine Young, thank you so much for telling us all about it.
Thank you.
Happening on Earth Day as well, doing the world good. I love that. Elizabeth Gardner is in the WRAL Severe Weather Center. Our Earth looks pretty good today with all that blue sky.
It does. Take a look at Lake Gaston, looking absolutely beautiful. This is a live look. It's a little breezy. You can see a little chop there on the water. This is the view from the Point restaurant. And, you know, it's probably going to be pretty busy there by Friday. Temperatures are going to climb into the upper 80s, but we are back to the potential for a few showers over the weekend. We take a look. Our next front will start to approach Saturday into Sunday. And, of course, we're just getting a first early look at this. The best thing to take from this is that, yep, it looks like we're going to have some rain potentially over the weekend again. The storm system's already begun to slow down from the first time we started to watch it. So it could end up being, you know, more of a Saturday event. It could end up being more of a Sunday event. Keep checking back. We have, 10 to 12 more runs of the computer models to look at between now and then. The storm here is the one that's coming on shore here in the Pacific Northwest. That's the one that arrives here over the weekend. This is the one that brought us some cloudy and blustery conditions yesterday and even a few isolated storms. This high pressure system builds in and keeps things nice and dry for the rest of the work week. This low pressure system spinning around is pushing northwesterly winds into our viewing area right now, and that will end by tomorrow, and we'll start to see our temperatures beginning to warm up a little bit. This is Friday morning. You can see that line of thunderstorms that's back to the west. That will continue to push eastward across the area and potentially arrive here, as I mentioned, late Saturday into Sunday. So we'll be watching out for that as we get a little bit closer. Like I said, make sure you check in as we update the timeline for that. We don't really need a lot more rain. This will be the 7th weekend in a row that we see at least some rain in our area. In the last 30 days, the area here in blue, we've seen about 200% of our normal rainfall. It's not as pretty a picture back to the west. The yellow is just a little bit below normal, but for our viewing area, the lowest is about 120% of normal. This is a great position to be in. We don't want to see any flooding, but it is good to be a little bit ahead of the game this time of year, because as we go into the summer, we tend to see less rain. It becomes thunderstorms and it's very scattered. We don't see that good widespread rain. So we do still have some flooding issues on the Neuse River, minor flood stage in Smithfield over the Riverwalk. You might still see some water there, but that should begin to recede tonight. That should be the end of that for a while. Great looking weather to spend some time outside. It feels refreshing out there right now. As we talked about, our humidity is not going to go up too much, so it's still going to feel pretty comfortable even as we get into the mid to upper 80s on Thursday and Friday. It is Earth Day on Saturday. It may be that Saturday ends up being fairly dry if this front continues to slow down a bit. Plenty of activities, of course, to celebrate Earth Day going on. We'll have the forecast for some of those as the week goes on. Of course, we are likely to see at least some rain this weekend. Keep checking back.
Elizabeth, thanks. Look up in the sky. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's a car that can fly, sort of. Coming up, the company behind the creation.
The most experienced severe weather team
Southeast Raleigh, you're under a level 2 threat for severe weather.
is covering your neighborhood with a certified accurate forecast only on WRAL News. That's coverage you can count on.
When it comes to making